Hello and welcome to Yapping at Midnight. What this is basically me literally speaking with someone at midnight. In this case, it was with Bonnie again. And this is completely raw and unedited, aside from this little quick intro that I'm putting in. And what you see is what you get. And it's probably going to get me in trouble because we were speaking about another person, psychic medium, who I don't really consider to be too psychic or medium, but it doesn't matter, and Bonnie is terribly annoyed by her, so I hope you guys enjoy. This will most likely be split into a couple of parts, not to give you everything at once and annoy you, but hope you all enjoy, and be sure to let us know what you think in the comment section.
Okay.
Alright, hello guys. This is probably going to be a one and done type of video, and I am here with Bonnie.
Hey guys.
And don't mind the background noise, her air conditioner is on because it is hot as sin in Texas right now.
Absolutely. And I'm practicing for hell. And yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, so, whatever it takes to meet with our Lord and Savior, Satan himself, of course. Now, Now, I just tortured Bonnie half to death by showing her something from one of her most favorite people on
uh,
YouTube. I won't
for
say
about an hour of torture.
I won't say her name, but if you guys listen, you know who she is, and it is a medium of the frontier if that's quite last.
MKL? Is that not funny? MK Ultra?
So
Sorry.
so um at first I was actually gonna play the video and record everything together, but I don't think Bonnie could take it. She'd probably like flip out. But in this
Oh, I
video,
don't think you should torture your guests that way. But just saying.
in this video, the psychic medium who loves to make sure you know she's a psychic medium
She says it every 20 seconds. Yes.
was speaking about some of her experiences, or most recent experience on the astral plane
Uh-huh.
or astral realm or whatever. And basically, she ran into some Super Saiyan Demon Stage 3 guy, and he was more than a match for her because she's very powerful when she's on that realm. And her twin flame comes in and he tries to save the day, and he brought some backup with the archangels and being led by Michael himself. However, one of the funny things is she only mentions Archangel Michael, which leads me to believe she doesn't actually know who the other archangels are.
Yeah, exactly. I think she might say Raphael every once in a while, but she doesn't really go into any of the others, and there's so many.
Well, I mean, and then it also depends on which version are you using. Are you going with Judaism? Are you going with Islam or
Mm-hmm.
Christianity? So, it's different ones in different religions. I mean, technically, if you go by one story and everything, it goes that there's only one archangel, and that's Michael. And then something else says, oh no, there are several, and then four, and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of stuff. But Bonnie, express yourself.
Okay. Okay. I work at an institution for mentally challenged and criminally impaired type people, and she's got that look in her eye a lot of times. And I'm being very polite when I'm saying it this way. She loves to toot her own horn, beep beep, all day long. Um, this woman is on the astral realm more than she is on the she's on planet Earth. Um, she believes, and that's what's I think disturbing, is because I do think she's believing her shit. I think that she really like, okay, she mentioned sparring with her what is it? Her
Her twin flame.
twin flame. Yeah, her twin flame on the sparring, like like fighting so that he can learn to fight for her better on the astral. What the hell, for real? Oh, and then she giggles, like, and tries to hold back, but I'm still tougher than him. You know, that type of thing. It's like, she's the kid in school that is always better than everybody else, and that nobody can ever beat her because she is, you know, the it girl. I think she probably has a really low self-esteem, which I should truly, honestly feel sorry for her. But she annoys the ever living shit out of me, so that it makes it really difficult for me to find my higher self and step into my you know, that you know, I need to be in my high, you know, I need to connect with that higher consciousness at times. But people like her make it really difficult because, well, number one, you know, she was explaining that demons don't like female demonologists, which is what the really. So we don't have just regular demons. We have what would you so chauvinistic demons. This female is not. You see that crazy in her eye, and it's very. I worry because she does charge people for her advice and books. And I feel like she is giving very bad advice that could actually be harmful. I know that in one particular thing, the way she was telling somebody to dispose of the Ouija board, I'm like, oh, no. Don't ever do that. And, you know, whatever. Don't burn it, guys. Please don't burn it. You want to bury it on sacred ground. Hollow ground, because you know it just it's and just this female is not the type of person that you want to be taking advice from. I do apologize. I would feel way safer taking advice from you know the guys that are on the very popular Adventures of Hunting Spirits type show, if you know what I mean. I have to be very careful with the wording here, but you know, I would take their advice 10 times quicker than I would hers. And she's supposed to be an expert.
Yeah, I still don't know what makes her an expert aside from her apparently.
Her own brain, her own ego, her own ego. I'm interested in knowing what her sign is, because it's got to be I don't know, like, she's so egotistical. I've met some egotistical people in my life, don't get me wrong. But her ego is beyond ego. And like, from what I've caught and read, because, you know, every time you've tortured me with her, I've had to read up on her. And it's like, the people that she says is her soulmate or whatever, her twin flame, they're like, they want her to keep his name out of her mouth, like that she's making the crap up. So there is something disturbed about her in the first place, because, you know, for some reason there is some very negative emotions towards her from that family, and it makes you wonder as to why.
Now, I don't know how factual this is, but her birthday is allegedly December 18th. So, Sagittarius.
Okay. Oh, it's a fire sign.
You sound so depressed. Like, oh.
I'm a fire, but well, my moon is a fire sign. My moon sign's a fire sign, but Sagittarius are. I have a few that I really, really like. They can be very dreamy, and like when I say dreamy, like, they're storytellers, and so that makes sense. But like what's frightening is like most Sagittarius is like they'll start off with the dream and they'll go and they're gonna drive for their goal of it. No, she just made up a dream and then she just made it real in her head. That's what's going on. It's like we have a person that has severe mental issues. Yeah, but that would be a Sag. Yep. She's just. I don't know. I kind of felt like a Leo, like, but not just Leo, like Leo rising, Leo moon, Leo everything, because she was just so into herself.
Yeah.
And like, and all of her advice, it seems to come from supernatural or like manga, like Blue Exorcist or Death Note, or like any movie that's about the Warrens.
Yeah, one of her biggest issues is, since I'm a writer, I use this term, um, God in her own story. She puts herself in her own story, and she's the God of that story. So therefore, all powerful, all knowing, can do anything, cannot be defeated, etc., etc. And that's her biggest issue when she talks about this, because everyone has different experiences, of course, but usually the base experiences are similar.
Right.
Absolutely no one has the experiences she has. I mean,
No, nobody I've ever met that, and I know some spiritual ass people that have, I've met people that were not in, well, there's a certain magical group with, I don't even like saying the letters, the initials of it. Let's just say that it was a Aleister Crowley based group. Um, and, like literally things that would happen, like when like tarot readings, very just strange things. Like they would do a tarot reading, and I remember this person specifically saying that they had gotten the Tower card. By the time they got home that evening, the whole apartment complex was burnt down. They went in there to grab what they could left out of the house. The only thing that was untouched were those 3 cards, one of them being the Tower card. So I know that there are some weird things that the universe will show. With myself, some of the stories, some of the weird things that have happened to me, things that I just can't, like, wrap my brain around. One of them being like, I sent you yesterday the photograph of, it seems like everything like a tarot reading all in one photograph of mine. We'll go into that later if you want, but it's just, it's her stories are so outlandish. It's like she's begging for a Hollywood movie.
actually, I skipped ahead on this part of the video, but she did say that some publisher had their eye on her and they might be interested in publishing her book and such. And she did go to Los Angeles not too long ago for an audition or something, she was saying, and that at one point she could have been cast as one of the Brady Bunch kids, Cindy, for the movie remake. So,
Oh my, and oh my God, this woman, and how I am. That I do not. I try to see the best in everybody. I really, really do. I'm blunt and honest with what I have to say about people and such, but nobody gets under my skin like her, and that's why you love doing this to me, because I will say, because I will spar with her. I don't care. I'll spar with her on this realm, not the astral. Fuck that, because she's crazy. I mean, I just. I can't believe that she has so many followers and so many people that believe what she says. It's outlandish. Things don't happen the way that she says that they have. Like, she has it like demons are crawling all over the place. Like, the Goetic demons. Like, I've mentioned, Belial or Azazel, or, there's certain different ones. King Paimon. A lot of people are just absolutely terrified because, those are the ones that were written about King Solomon and this, the brass seal, or the brass, the brass vessel. I can't even talk right now. But those demons do not frighten me near as much as an angry person that has passed away and that just has really bad. I've seen ugly spirits that were just not very nice and were still angry, and they were much more terrifying than any demon could be.
I want to say that I want to say that, and of course I have no real basis for this. Well, kind of. I'm wondering if demonic entities, or at least the older, more powerful ones, if it's more of a respect thing. Like,
yes,
I think,
no, absolutely. Okay, so like when people will do workings with, like, okay, let's say Belial for one. It's not like, and this is where a lot of people want to sit there and go, well, you have to sell your soul. I'm like, absolutely not. Number one, anybody that's ever read the Go Ahead, the first thing you'll learn very quickly is Belial is pretty cool. I call him the punk rock. I call him the punk rock demon because he has no master. You know what I mean? He's kind of like that anarchy type, like, I don't follow rules. I'm who I want to be. It doesn't mean you need to trust him. I'm not saying that at all, because he is what he is. He'll tell you he has no master. So somebody that doesn't have a master, you just can't completely put your full trust in them. However, when people will use him for court cases and stuff to help have favor, and I've seen it, and I know it's worked many times. And they'll ask for his favor. And it's not like he'll sit there and say, I need your... He doesn't serve a master, so why would he force somebody else to? But what he would do instead would be like, okay, tell 3 people like that I, helped you get out of trouble. Like hail Belial once or twice, whatever. It's a respect. Way more of a respect. I've seen way uglier, more angry spirits that were living people. That is what, to me, humans perceive actual demons as. I will, when it comes to heroin and methamphetamines, the things, and I've had several people that were psychic or have abilities of some sort, and know how to work with energy. They would see the same thing when it comes to those types of drugs. There are some weird sort of, and that's the only thing I know to call it, is a demon that are attached to. Those are some of the worst. In fact, I have had many family members that have had issues with drugs in the past, and I've tried to help them, and I ended up having to kick them out because I realized what was coming in my home with them. And I didn't want that in my home with my own children. And so it was a very, very hard choice for me to make. I loved my family with all my heart, but my children, you're not going to mess with them. And so if I have to kick somebody else out to take, so that they can take their demon with them, then that's what I'll do. Because I'll let them know. It's like, you don't understand what I see is on your... It's why they keep going back to the drug. It goes there and it talks them into it. It's that weird, horrible cycle. And a lot of people that I know they see it the same way. It's like they're little, I want to call them like pests or rodents. They're more of a parasite than anything, but I would consider them demons of a sort. Not what she says, And of course, Satan has a hit out on her and all. That woman. I think that was my favorite part, that she's so incredibly powerful that Satan decided to put a demon,
well, not just Satan, but Lucifer, because apparently they're...
Okay, but who are the ones, because, like, can I take it? How much is he paying? Because, like, I don't really care for this woman.
No, you don't, which is why I find it hilarious, which I shouldn't. I know I really shouldn't, but...
I shouldn't find it hilarious that I do, because I cannot believe that somebody can annoy me that much. And it's not a jealousy thing, because it's like this woman is really legit crazy. I'm not, like if she was like, okay, let's say she was gorgeously hot and actually talented, she might get on my nerves just because it's just why that's not fair for one person to be pretty and to be so talented, whatever. This woman, neither to me. So it's just like, oh, this is why guys say girls are fucking crazy right there. Like she's the embodiment of it. I even, when you pause it sometimes, I said, look at the crazy in her eyes.
Her eyes did look rather nuts. So.
Well, and it's because she's like remembering and trying to, like, I, and I'm like, honey, do you not realize that those are just dreams? You're having dreams. This is not astral. This is because she'd say she was asleep. I'm like, oh, like, I'm pretty sure she probably does not talk to a psychiatrist.
No.
Lithium would help her. She does. I'm afraid she needs physical. I think she needs mental help, and the scary thing is she is actually giving spiritual advice to people.
Yeah.
And I've told you before, that concerns me.
Yes.
Because she could be opening way more doors than she would, and I don't think she would really. I totally intend to. That is not what I think her intention is. I think she really does want to help, but something's not clicking quite right. Yeah. And I'm going to try to end it and say it on a sweet note because there is something wrong with her, and I do feel bad about that fact. But I just want to wring her neck and say, hey, quit giving advice until you're okay.
No, I'm actually, I'm under the mindset that she's actually or rather, people who had legit issues contacted her, and she's mentioned several times, like, oh, I'm getting attacked by them. I actually believe that she has been attacked because whatever entity or person or whomever was with the I guess the contactor. Oh, this sounds confusing. Whoever called her to deal with their issues, well, they laughed and now they mess with her from time to time. That's what I think.
Oh.
Because it's like,
that would, Well, you're so much more fun to mess with, lady.
Yeah, because I mean, if I had a little bit
they
of
do
power
prey on weak. It is said they prey on the weak.
And yeah, I mean, I won't even say she's weak per se. It's just she's so.
Oh, she's weak. She don't think that. Her mind says different. Her words and mouth say different.
I mean, she's kind of like Inspector Gadget, I guess you could say. Just
oh my
totally
God.
wrong and off, and it's just bumbling her way through something.
Well, it's just somebody.